So yo-yo dieting, the repeating cycle of losing weight on restrictive diets and then regaining it once you diet ends. A great example would be when you go on vacation, the summer starts in June or whatever, and then you decide to just, these crash diets or whatever it is, or extreme dieting, and then you eventually go on vacation, eat whatever you want, and then come back and just continuously eat whatever you want, gaining the weight plus more that you already had. So when you go up and go down, you go be restrictive and then you stop being restrictive. But why it's common, diets are too why it's common, diets are too restrictive, unsustainable, lead to the return of old habits. And eventually it does lead to certain things like frustration, guilt, and feeling failure, those kind of things when you gain the weight back. Okay, so there's some dangers when it comes to your dieting. Weight cycling, how much you weigh, can negatively impact your metabolism, muscle mass, and increase the risk of heart disease. Hey guys, feel free to subscribe and follow, and don't forget to share. Don't forget to share, please. All right, guys, enjoy the show. We're just kind of gonna get right into it and not delay. There we go. Okay, so a couple things. I really appreciate everybody that's watching. Even if you're not watching live, you watch it afterwards. Really appreciate this. It's like I'm trying my best to educate as much people as I possibly can, so you can make better informed decisions when it comes to health and nutrition. That's why my name is Shane. Should have said this at the beginning, but Shane, your partner in your journey when it comes to fitness and health. Alrighty, so definitely this topic it was 3 topics. We're gonna talk about yo-yo dieting. We're gonna talk about weighing yourself once a day. And then we're gonna also talk about this Tesla. Talk about what's Tesla been up to and what they're doing, and then pretty much the future is here. Our future is now. So anyway, let's talk about yo-yo dieting. So yo-yo dieting, the repeating cycle of losing weight on restrictive diets and then regaining it once you diet ends. And that's typically the best way to explain it. A great example would be when you go on vacation. And but before you go on a vacation, maybe the summer starts in June or whatever, and then you decide to just, these crash diets or whatever it is, or extreme dieting, and then you eventually go on vacation, eat whatever you want, and then come back and just continuously eat whatever you want, gaining the weight plus more that you already had. Okay, so it's very important that we're going to get to that in a minute, but that's pretty much what yo-yo dieting is. When you go up and go down, you go be restrictive and then you stop being restrictive. But why it's common, diets are too why it's common, diets are too restrictive, unsustainable, very true, unsustainable, okay, and unrealistic, lead to the return of old habits. Okay, so you're not really, if you're looking doing it more for like a long-term kind of thing, you're not really learning anything. Your body is keeping the same old habits, and eventually it does lead to certain things like frustration, guilt, and feeling failure, those kind of things when you gain the weight back. Okay, so there's some dangers when it comes to your dieting. Weight cycling, how much you weigh, can negatively impact your metabolism, muscle mass, and increase the risk of heart disease. Very true. I believe that Luther Vandross, for example, from what I understand, I didn't follow him all my life to actually know everything about him. But from what I understand, he kept losing weight, gaining weight, losing weight, gaining weight. And I think he eventually died from a heart attack. If I'm not mistaken, that's what it was. But these are those kind of things that you have to be mindful of. You stressing your heart, okay? Just putting it through a lot. Okay, the mental health impacts, okay? Constant eating affects self-esteem. Constant dieting affects self-esteem, creating an unhealthy relationship with food. Okay, could lead to disorders and eating patterns. It's majority of the time, I feel, not majority of the time, let me take that back. Most of the time, maybe like 50% of the time, it's we eat because of emotions. If we can somehow control that, perhaps we can actually help better the situation when it comes to dieting and this, yo-yo dieting and all those kind of things. But I think the other half is 75%, 25%, whatever it is. It has to do with addictive properties in our food, and we discussed that before. The chemicals that they use to make the food not only taste good and taste a certain type of way, it also makes you become addictive to the food, whatever it is, corn flakes or frosted flakes or whatever it is, all that stuff. Plus, of course, the sugar is actually already is addictive as it is, you know. So anyway, so metabolism slow down. Repeated dieting and restriction can cause your metabolism to slow down, making it harder for you to lose weight in the future. Okay, so the ways we're going to go now, the ways of breaking it. Okay, focus on sustainability, avoiding fad diets and short-term fixes, instead focus on long-term sustainable lifestyle. So pretty much just making those small changes when dieting, when it comes down to dieting. You could do that. Balance eating, prioritizing meals, prioritize balanced meals with enough calories and macronutrients to fuel your body. So to pretty much avoid extreme restrictions, there's the keto, there's the no fat diets, the low calorie diet. No, I mean, yeah, the low calorie is one of them, but low carb diets, that's also one of them too. And I'll continue on and I'll get into what I think that realistically what we need to do with this when it comes to really fixing the problem. But this is just more of a like long-term effect. So you're not having, you're not trying to get ready for the summer. You're not trying to do all that. So these kind of things are definitely good for you, like a long term. You're just trying to be healthier. Yeah, just live a healthier lifestyle and not really try to worry about, a trip that's coming up or a wedding that's coming up or whatever. Mindful eating, pay attention to your hunger and fullness cues, okay? And eat in a way that nourishes your body rather than deprive it, okay? But mindful eating is like not eating in front of the TV, those kind of things. So you're aware of what you're eating. You're looking at your plate, looking at your food, and not looking at the screen. I think that's number one thing we're guilty of when it comes to mindful eating. We're not in the moment, okay? Like pretty much like I'm guilty of it too, where I'm, taking my son out and then I'm taking pictures of him instead of like being in the moment, that's pretty much what it is. But instead, like you're trying to, I'm watching the screens and not really enjoying my food, consistency over perfection. Okay. Small, consistent habit changes. So this whole thing is just staying away from extreme diets. Okay. And we went over those, like, the ketos and all those things. I'm not saying keto is bad. I'm not saying any of this stuff is bad. I think all this stuff is a tool. What's the other one? Of course, the time restricted eating. Intermittent fasting. Sorry, I totally forgot the name of it. Intermittent fasting. So some people, like I was just talking to one of my clients, people say that I'm intermittent, but I'm not intermittent fasting. Okay, intermittent fasting is your window for eating is shorter. The purpose of intermittent fasting is to get you to not eat until like 4 hours, 6 hours, whatever it is. But the main thing is to avoid you from snacking. That's the main thing. You want to get a certain amount of calories, whatever it's 1,800, 1,500, whatever, 100 calories, but it's restricted to avoid the extra snacking and stuff like that. I personally think that's what the main thing is when it comes to that. Okay, there's autophagy and all this other scientific stuff. I maybe so. Overall, I think it's definitely important that you realize that intermittent fasting is not just eating one meal and that's it. One small, insignificant meal, not much calories to it or whatever, and you expect to see changes. You will see changes because you're almost starving yourself, but then eventually things are going to start to happen that you won't like. Hormones, hair loss, hair thinning, all these different kind of things can happen. So making these small changes or whatever can definitely help you instead of doing these extreme stuff. Okay, I'm not saying intermittent fasting doesn't work. I'm not saying keto doesn't work. But you need to do it the right way. Okay, that's just sustainable. Okay. Do there's any questions? Keyframe too slow. Okay. Anyway, so that's that. Oh yeah. So one thing I want you to be mindful of too, when you are feeling, if you're keto, if you're eating, unless you're trained properly in doing, not trained properly, but if you're doing intermittent fasting the right way, and if you haven't done it the right way and you're just not eating and because you don't feel hungry, not feeling hungry is a sign your metabolism's not working properly. Okay, if you can go all the way to 2 o'clock and not feel hungry at all, and it's not because you're doing intermittent fasting or whatever, you train your body to do the intermittent fasting or whatever, and you're not eating enough, like even just one meal, let's have a protein and some salad, your metabolism is most likely damaged. Okay, if you're not hungry, if you're just eating even a steak and some vegetables, then that's a whole entire meal for the whole day. Your metabolism, something's wrong with your metabolism. Okay, so these are the things that you have to be mindful of. Okay, avoid labeling foods as good or bad. Instead, restriction focus on moderation. Okay, it's okay to treat yourself without feeling guilt. So I always hear people say, "Oh, Shane, I felt bad. I had a glass of wine." I always tell them in response, unless you're going to go on stage and prance around in a bikini or something like that to flex your muscles, you don't have to worry about that. That's not what you should be concerned about. Okay, if you have like a lot of wine or a lot of this or a lot of that, that's a problem. Okay, but if you are just having one glass of wine ever so often, it's not a big deal. Okay, all right, so moving on now. I mean, the importance of building muscle can definitely help with help boost your metabolism, and kind of help support you when it comes to yo-yo dieting, increasing your metabolism. So when you do start eating more, you won't put down that much weight on, if that makes sense. Okay, and it's good to like really just focus on and we can kind of go into the other thing too. Don't focus on the scale, focus more on what you're what you're able to do, how you feel, those kind of things. Focus on how you feel and what your body can do, okay, rather than just the scale. That's the number on the scale. So these are those things that's definitely important when it comes to overall health. When it comes to really yo-yo dieting, it just can it's just overall unhealthy. And if it doesn't catch up with you now, we'll catch up with you later, because you're so used to eating whatever 8 months out of the year. But the 3 months I'm dieting, extreme dieting, and then that 1 month I'm on vacation, it does catch up to you. If you're young, you can do that. It's fine. I'm not saying it's fine. It's not fine. It's building bad habits. But if you are, eventually will catch up to you, and you won't be able to take that weight off as easy as you think. Then you get frustrated, then you start eating more and start gaining more weight. Okay, so it's best if when you're dieting, you give yourself a diet break here and there. Let's say, perfect example, your trip is in August, okay, end of August, let's say, hypothetically speaking. So let's say June comes around, or the end of June, whatever it is, you start dieting for a certain amount of time, or what have you, and then you stop dieting. Okay, you go on your trip. When you come back from the trip, try to find your maintenance. Your maintenance calorie is key to this whole thing. Finding what your maintenance calorie is the most important thing, because once you find that and understand that, what or just eating in moderation and not overdoing it, that's what you need to do. So we don't have a weight loss problem in America. We really just have more of a maintenance problem. We don't know how to maintain our weight because we are so trained to think we have to eat less. That's healthy. Eating less is healthy. And yes, like I said many times, yes, you are right, but it's not 100% right, because less to a lot of people means eating barely anything. And that's a problem for us. We have to make sure that we eat substantial good amount of food, so we can actually, not lose our hair or not have a hair thinning, and not, feeling lightheaded or feeling sluggish, low energy, all that kind of stuff, menstrual cycle issues, things like that. We have to, be aware of that. And like I said before, I use the analogy, if you're running or you're swimming or running, whatever, that's you on a diet. But you need to stop for a second. You need to catch air or whatever. And before you can start going again. And that's what a diet break is. That's when you find your maintenance. That's what it is. I mean, about a week or 2 weeks, if not maybe more, of just catching your breath or being on a maintenance. Majority of issues that we have health-wise is because either we're eating too much or eating too little. If our menstrual cycle is off, most likely we're not eating enough, or same thing, like I said, eating too much, or we're just overweight and things are out of whack. All right, but eating too little is not the cure. It's not the answer. Okay, so that's what I said. That's what we have to like really focus on. I'm hungry, but I don't have the desire to eat. Is that normal? I mean, if you're hungry and you don't have the desire to eat, I never heard of that one, to be honest with you. Because if I'm hungry, I'm gonna eat. I don't really know. That got me stumped. I mean, because I'm stumped with that one. I'm hungry, but I don't have the desire to eat. I mean, I feel like it's contradicting itself though, because if I'm hungry, I'm trying to eat. Yeah, but that's interesting. That's very, very interesting. I never heard about that one. I heard someone say something like that before. I mean, I usually hear I'm hungry, but I don't want to eat. I heard that one before. you know, because you know, I'm hungry. I don't want to eat, so because I need to lose this weight or whatever. I mean, uh, I mean, honestly, the only thing I think of I would recommend is eating something small. Just should I ask my doctor? I mean, yeah, but maybe not a doctor though. I would actually try to talk to a nutritionist first, because I feel like doctors they're not actually I don't feel like the doctors are trained when it comes to this kind of stuff. When it comes to nutrition, I don't think they're, you know, because usually when people say, I hear doctors tell, oh, you need to lose weight, go to the gym, you know, watch what you eat, that kind of thing. I don't think they actually know what it means to actually, you know what I'm saying? So I think you best you talk with a nutritionist or dietitian or registered dietitian to kind of understand that, or maybe a food therapist. But I think more of a registered dietitian would probably be best, you know, because I don't know, like I feel so many times doctors don't really know what to actually say to people when they have to what you call it, recommend certain changes they have to make when it comes to dieting and exercise. They just have them go to the gym and go talk to a nutritionist, you know. So back to, so anything else? Okay, good. Okay, so that's that. I mean, not really much else to really say about that, but to be honest with you, it's just really about finding that maintenance and understanding that that's really the code to breaking yo-yo dieting. Because after you do your extreme dieting, I'm not saying you're not going to do it, because I've been doing this for a long time. I can tell people into blue in the face, don't extreme dieting, but people are still going to extreme dieting. But all I'm saying is when you reach your weight, your goal weight, just try to go to a maintenance. But realistically, you're going to do the extreme dieting because you want to go on vacation. So after you go on vacation, then come back and eat, then go to maintenance. Then go to maintenance. You know, then you want to start to lose weight again, then you go to your diet, whatever it is again, you drop your calories or whatever, you know. But I would not, but then after that, then, you know, so do your diet, go on vacation, or do what you have to do for your event or whatever it is, wedding or whatever, and then go to maintenance. Okay, maintenance is key. If you can insert your maintenance any which way at any point, that will help you tremendously. And I will say honestly, like I said, a week or maybe 2 weeks of being in your maintenance to kind of catch you, let your body relax. Because when you're dieting, you're stressing your body. When you're eating too much, you're stressing your body as well. You know what I'm saying? So so just be mindful of that. Okay, so that's really the key to break that habit of yo-yo dieting. Alrighty, any other questions? That was a good question. I mean, I'm gonna look into that one too. That's really interesting. I'm hungry, but I don't have the desire to eat. All right. So the next two, there's more like subtopics I want to talk about. But let me see it fix this. This thing was kind of acting up. It's moving kind of slow. The sidebar, I definitely, if you, AT&T apparently, this is, you know, I'm not trying to slam them. I'm not trying to say something. But AT&T apparently has this thing where you can pay cheap, like $60 a month for home internet. But realistically, it's not home internet. It's actually just like a hotspot. That's a hub. You pay $60 and you have to make sure you point it at the tower, whatever the tower is, and you get your internet. Okay, so it's pretty much like a cell phone. I don't know if you ever use hotspot, where you can use like a hotspot, and it's like, you know, all your devices or whatever. But eventually, like for instance, that's what I noticed the past couple Mondays when I did this about 5:45, I would lose service. You know, I would lose everything. And eventually I kept on complaining about certain things or whatever. And eventually the lady broke it down to me that it's just like a hotspot, a big box or a hotspot that we're using right now. So hopefully I'm going to be switching again. This will be the third time I'm switching internet providers, by the way, in the last month and a half. Literally the month and a half. So if anything that happens again where I get shut off, that's the reason why. I blame AT&T. Alrighty. So anyway, let's go to the next thing. So I had someone, she was talking to me about, she's saying I'm weighing my Shane, I'm not losing any weight. You know, I'm eating right, I'm eating this. And then of course she used to mention that she drinks on the weekends and all this kind of stuff. And she had a piece of this, piece of cake, piece of whatever. But then, you know, she's telling me that she's weighing herself every day. And then I had to kind of break it down to her to let her know why, you know, realistically, the number one reason why, you know, you don't want to do that. And that is because if you go on a diet, okay, your metabolism's fine, you go on a diet, you drop in your calories by 500 calories, right? And Rashina, so maybe too many people are using it. Yeah, that's what the lady said. So about 6:45, I guess that's when everyone in the area is using the internet. So that's when my thing slows down or stops. So like I said, just know that this is the last time. It should be, hopefully, I'm moving to optimum. Hopefully this doesn't happen again. So yeah, so the thing is, when it comes to you weighing yourself every day, you go to calorie deficit of, let's say, let's make it easy, 500 calories. All right, like I said, metabolism is fine, everything is fine. You're not doing no extreme dieting, just 500 calorie deficit, and you keep weighing yourself every day and not seeing anything. The scale goes up, the scale goes down, it could be fluctuating. The amount of calories per pound is 3,500 calories. Okay, so over the course of 7 days, you have a deficit of 500 calories. That's a total of That's a total of 7,500 calories. Okay, that's when you lose weight at the end of the week, about a pound, if not maybe more, depending on what your calorie deficit is and your metabolism, how much working out you're doing. Okay, so understand that. That's why it's best, and plus you eat, if you keep weighing yourself every day, like I said, muscle gain, water retention, digestion, the food that's in your stomach, irritation in your body, certain irritations that can happen, because when you work out, body does kind of retain water and actually start to get irritated. I mean, in a good way. It's like it's inflamed. Your body's inflamed a little bit, and that could actually cause you to gain weight. So according to the scale. So that's why, like I said, it's probably best not to weigh yourself every single day. Okay, just using the scale once a week is probably best. If not, me, I personally to have people do it once every month. I usually have my clients check their not scale, sorry, check the measurements, and check their weight, that kind of thing. That's what I normally do. Okay, and also too is your clothes. Are you getting stronger? These different kind of things. Those are the things you should be focusing on, and not so much on the scale, really, because the scale could be definitely deceiving, especially lifting a whole bunch of weight. And that's what I'm hoping a lot of you guys are now, not being afraid to pick some heavy ass weight up and just throw it across don't throw it, but just really picking some weight up, heavy weight. Okay, what's going on here? This is just a fun day for me today. Okay, let me see this. Oh, sorry about this. Okay, I don't know why it turned off. Okay, sorry about that. Anyway, so focus more on other things, like what you're able to do, what your body's able to do, and not so much on the scale. Okay, and like I said, overall, if you keep weighing yourself every day, you just have a 500 calorie. Let's say you have a 1,000 calorie deficit. Say you're 2,500 calories. That's how much your maintenance is, and you drop it down to 1,500. Okay, so drop it down to 1,500. It's gonna take you 4 days? What's going on? 4 days for you to actually lose a pound. You know what I'm saying? It's 4 days? No, 3 days. About 3.5 days for you to lose a pound. Is very, very can be very deceiving and very discouraging for you to hopefully lose the weight you need to lose. All right, I don't know what's going on with this light. Anyway, if it goes out again, it goes out again. I'm not gonna keep on keeping on. I'm just gonna keep on keeping on. Anyway, so let's move on to the next. Let me see if there's any questions about anything. Okay, no, nothing yet. So I want to talk about this because I find it very, very interesting. The fact that we have now the Tesla robot. So with the Tesla robot, my only, I guess, not gripe, I think it's fascinating. It's interesting. I like technology. I think it's very fascinating to me. When it comes to technology, I love technology. But my issue is it's going to cause us to be more and more lazy. I spoke about this before, about how we work out because we don't have to hunt and gather anymore. We don't have to hunt and gather our food anymore. So we just jump in the car and go to ShopRite, go to Costco, go wherever we need to go, get our food and go home, sit down, whatever. We don't have to do that crap anymore. So, but the issue is, we have Uber Eats, we have Instacart, all these different things now to make things easier for convenience and save time. And it's nice, it's amazing. But you would think that, okay, I have more time to actually, work out, more time with the family. Some of us do, but some of us don't. Some of us just take it an opportunity to I could watch an extra episode of this. I can sit down and I can do nothing or whatever. I could just be lazy. So that's my problem. That's something that I'm nervous about when it comes to this robot. I mean, will it make us more lazy? Or would actually, or will we use it? Okay, I have more time now. I can play with my family. I can, do all these different kind of things I always wanted to do like going to the gym and maybe going for a walk more or whatever, because the robot's gonna be home cleaning for me. The robot's gonna be home, I don't know, doing whatever. Okay, but these are the things that I'm curious to see what actually happens. Okay, because let's face the facts, we don't always do what we're supposed to do. When we have, we just kind of, it's easier to just kind of relax and not do anything. Let's face the facts. I mean, I'm guilty of that too. A lot of time I just don't want to do anything. Okay, but I end up kind of pushing myself to actually do something. But yeah, I mean, from what I'm hearing, the robot is gonna be about 20 to 30,000. Yeah, $20,000 to $30,000, if I'm not mistaken. I don't know when it's gonna come out. Maybe I could probably find it. Maybe it's if I feel it. Find it. Okay, when is the Tesla robot coming out? Oh, it popped up. Or no exact date, but 2025. Okay, so the production of the Optimus, that's what it's called, Optimus robot, in 2025 for the company's internal use. Okay, so next year is gonna have, they're gonna start building it or whatever, but Optimus should then be available to sell to other companies by 2026. Well, what about us though? I mean, I say I'm gonna get one, but I wonder when it'd be available to us, for us. I mean, the funny thing though, let me see, hold on. Okay, just like Wally, they never left their hover chairs. Yeah, yep, they never left their hover chairs. The food got delivered to them. Yeah, I made a video about that today. It's crazy. I mean, I was shocked. I never seen Wally till about 2 years ago. I want to say maybe a year and a half. Yeah, I think it was 2 years ago. I was shocked because that was crazy. That was crazy. Exactly. Has no one seen Megan? The AI movies where robots take over. Yeah, exactly. I mean, I'm trying my best not to think about that because that kind of scares me when they talk about the robots trying to kill people and Terminator and T-1000 and all that kind of stuff. I don't know. I'm gonna do my. You gotta be ready though. I mean, you think about this for a second. The robots are probably, maybe this is a Skynet. I don't know. But if the robots are doing everything for us, right? And then, we get out of shape, we get lazy, wouldn't we be easier to conquer? You know what I'm saying? The robots can just easily swoop in and it's like, okay, they can't run, they can't do anything, they're in their hover chairs. You know what I'm saying? Let's just take this place over and do whatever we want to do. Just saying, just something to think about. Not my problem. Might not be our problem. Might be our kids' problems. I'm just joking, but it could get scary. But yeah, I mean, even if I had that money, honestly, I mean, I don't know if I would buy one, but it could make life easier. It can really help a lot, but I don't know. Yeah, I'm not lying. Am I lying though, Sheena? I mean, yes, it's not gonna hit. It's not gonna affect us. The robots are not gonna take over us. You're gonna most likely try to take over our kids, maybe our grandkids. Yeah, because I just feel technology has made things so amazing. Amazingly easy for us, but we're using it to be lazier. We're not using it to, okay, this has helped me save time so I can spend more time with my family. Maybe some people are, I don't know, I'm not judging, but there's probably some people out there that's probably made them more lazy than they ever were. You know what I'm saying? So it's just something to think about. You know what I'm saying? Something to think about because the future is coming. You're gonna have automatic driving cars real soon. I mean, I'm gonna miss my manual transmission. I already miss it. I mean, I've been in an automatic car for the past 5 years now. I miss my my manual transmission. So that's gone. So you don't have to really do anything. You just sit there. I mean, it's hard sometimes, but I'm tired. I mean, I might say I fall asleep, but it's boring driving. Tesla cars barely get their self-driving cars right. It might be very far off. Yeah, you're right. But I did see a Tesla car. Yeah, it was like a demo. They had the camera in the car, and the guy was at the front. It was actually a Costco, and he was I guess he pressed a button or something, and it pulled out the parking spot and found a person. It stopped for pedestrians and everything, and was moving slow and whatever, and went to the front where his driver was or the owner was. I don't know. I mean, they're figuring out. I mean, I've never been in a Tesla. I've been in a Tesla once, and that was like 2 weeks ago, or whatever it was, like a couple weeks ago. And it was very interesting to see because you can actually see the cars. Like you're in a parking spot, you actually see cars in front of you, around you through the thingy, and then you can see cars driving past. You know, it's not actual cars, like more like blurbs of cars. Like it's just weird. It's just weird. But you could tell it's a car though, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, I mean, I hope that people take advantage of it and actually put it to good use. I hope, but most likely people won't, and you know, they're gonna take us over. All right. This is like, you know, what you call it? Was it the Matrix? There you go, the Matrix. You know, they start feeding off our body for energy and whatever. You know, it could happen. It could happen. All right, guys. Any more questions about anything? I feel like it kind of went by fast, but you know, time flies when you're having fun. Alrighty. Yeah, so any questions at all, please feel free to ask it. You know, this has been really, really good. I mean, these topics that I had today, I mean, I really hope you guys learned something from what we discussed today. Is, like I said, yo-yo dieting. The main thing you should actually do is make sure that you're putting a period of maintenance. Okay, that's the key to stop yo-yo dieting. Like in the middle of when you finish your yo-yo dieting, or go on vacation or don't go on vacation, whatever it is, you have your maintenance phase, and then you can, you know, kind of go on your diet again if you want to lose more weight or whatever the case may be. Okay. And we talked about going on the scale. It doesn't make any sense because you only usually deficit of 500 calories, and 1 calorie or 1 pound is 3,500 calories. So you need at least 7 days if you're doing a 500 calorie deficit to actually see some difference. And if you keep weighing yourself every day, it will fluctuate up and down because of water retention and all these different kind of things that can increase or decrease your body weight, hormones and all that thing, all bloating, whatever. Okay, so it's best to do it at the end of the week or once a month. Okay, don't even care at all. Just focus on what you can do and how you feel and how you look. You know what I'm saying? And then lastly, the Tesla robots are coming for us. Run and hide. Okay, and I'm kidding. Hopefully, maybe one of you guys can afford to get one. If you do, you know, next 3-4 years, let me know what you guys think or whatever. Hope you remember this. Hope I'm still doing this stream thing. But anyway, let me know what you guys think. If you guys planning on getting one, if you guys had the money, would you get it? That's what I want to know. Okay, I'm gonna put that poll up to see if anyone who's gonna actually buy. If you had the money, money is not a problem. You know, you can just, it's all about the Benjamins. You got all that money. Would you get the Tesla robot? You know, would you get it? All right, so let me know. But anyway, guys, thank you so much for joining me. I really appreciate it. Please feel free to tell everybody about this. You know, I want to make this community bigger as possible. I mean, I would love to have 100 people in this stream by the end of the year. You know what I'm saying? That's a good idea. Meal prep for you. There you go, Rashina. Yeah, meal prep. We have the robots meal prep for you. That's what I'm talking about. But that extra time you're gonna save for meal prepping, you're gonna go for a walk. You're gonna go lift some more weights. You know, those kind of things. Good for you, Rashina. Good for you. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for joining me. All right, you guys have a good night. Are you ready to transform your health and wellness journey? At Kadapa Strength, I'm committed to helping you achieve your goals through my 3 pillars for results. First, I educate, equipping you with essential knowledge to understand your body and its needs. Then I execute a tailored plan, ensuring every step is personalized to your unique lifestyle. Finally, I encourage, providing accountability and support every step of the way. Get ready to unlock your full potential and thrive in every aspect of your life. Visit me today and let's embark on this journey together. Check me out at kandapastrength.com.